Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And it's time, because I know the world is anticipating this. There's so much buzz about the new Friendo star rating system, Larson.
Because what advantage do we have over the Wrestling Observer himself, Dave Meltzer? What's the one advantage we have, at least right now?
This is less than 24 hours later, and we're already dropping our star ratings. You don't have to wait a whole 7 days to get your star ratings, or 5, whatever it would be.
Get them now. Now, day after,
right
now.
Fresh off the grill, baby.
Before we forget what happened in the matches entirely, if we waited till Friday, guess what? We won't remember a thing about them. We got to do them 24 hours later.
Nobody's even going to remember Payback when we got Fastlane on the horizon. Who knows what's going to be going on AEW this week? Probably a lot. Anyways, we're here to drop you our star ratings. That's right. I want to see, Larson, are our Katras aligned? How close are we going to get with these star ratings? Where do you want to start?
Well, Steve, if you remember, first match of the night, cage match, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus. What rating did you give this match, Steve?
I love this match. I thought it was awesome. I wish that they had moved this to SummerSlam, because I could have made that card more but better. No, I loved it, man. I thought for being Trish Stratus' first match, doing all the stuff they did, all the on the edge of the seat of my pants up there.
Trish's first cage match. You said for this
being
Trish's first match.
Hey, for a rookie at 47 years old, this Trish Stratus is pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good.
I gave it 4.5 stars, man. I thought it was killer. I love this match. It was great.
I thought it was really, really good, too. It was in contention for match of the night for me. I didn't go quite as high as 4.5. I went 4.25.
All
Pretty
right.
close.
All right.
I thought this match was exceptional. I thought all the callbacks and references to women wrestlers of previous eras, going back to the Attitude Era, I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
The Widow's Peak, the Twist of Fate, and the execution of this match was fantastic. That spot where Trish has her feet kind of in the upper kind of truss of the cage and then falls back and just kind of dangles off for a bit. Wow.
Oh, scary stuff.
That was scary stuff. Fantastic bout. And you're right. I think if this had been on SummerSlam, SummerSlam, I kind of remember it being kind of a meh show.
I think it was a mess show. Yeah.
You put this match on that card, and this is probably the talk of SummerSlam coming out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could be, absolutely.
Next match, LA Knight, yeah, taking on The Miz.
Nah.
They gave this match a lot of time, and depending on your perspective, either that's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a bad match. There wasn't botchy by a stretch of the imagination. These are two capable professional wrestlers in the ring.
Right, yeah.
Doing what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Miz has never been the most exciting, hard-hitting wrestler.
No.
So, and the match, at least Miz's aspect of the match, for a lot of it was overshadowed by John Cena. Yet again, Miz's story being a backdrop to the larger story, which is maybe setting up Cena versus LA Knight at some point in the future. Yeah. It was fine. I don't think it ever really went beyond fine. I gave it 2.5 stars.
I thought the addition, I feel like a kind of a dummy now because I gave it much higher than that. The addition of Cena, I thought added some intrigue to it. The promo before it, I thought was pretty good. We got a kick out of a skull-crushing finale, which I know happens in every match.
That happens all the time, man. That's so mundane.
But I thought everybody did a good job with it. I gave it 3.25. I mean, it's 3. Dude, 3 stars is like a floor for this is a decent match.
The whole time we do the recap, you're complaining how it was way too long.
I know, but doesn't mean it was bad.
Oh man, you're being super generous. Let's see what you give this next match, because this one was not guilty of being way too long. We're talking Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio for the U.S. title. Steve, what'd you give this one? Let me guess, 2.75 stars.
What did you say?
2.75 stars.
That's exactly what I gave it. And look, man, it's Austin Theory and Rey Mysterio. They're not gonna shit on the place, it was what it was. I didn't even give it 3 stars. I think 3 stars is oh wow, this is pretty good. This is a good match. This wasn't that. No. But what did you give it?
Less than that. What'd you give? 2.75?
I gave it 2.75.
It was short. Yeah. There was basically nothing memorable about it. It didn't really advance anybody's story.
Yeah, right.
I gave it 2 stars. It was fine. It was there, but I didn't really think it was much of anything.
See, I think at 2 stars, you're like sort of stinking out the joint. I
Well,
think
2
that
stars is just
like
is
not
a
great.
little, like if 2.5 is average, then 2 is just a little bit below average.
1's a debacle.
I agree.
1's a debacle. 2 is like they know how to wrestle. 3 is like, I was pretty good. I didn't even give this pretty good. I didn't even say, this is a good match.
You woke up in good spirits
2
today. That's what it is. You're just handed out extra stars all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's talk about this next match.
Sure,
Bitch.
Sure. Judgment Day, winning those tag titles from Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm going to go first this time, Steve.
Okay.
I'm going to set the bar on this one. So, this is the other match that was in contention for match of the night. I think there was 2 obvious, massive standout matches. This and the cage match between Becky and Trish. The only thing this match was guilty of was being a tad long. I felt like it took a while to get going. Once it got going, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a great match.
But the early stuff in the ring just kind of felt like, all right, this is all set up to what they're going to be doing later on, which was fantastic. It advanced story. Now that I'm talking about it, I might bump this up slightly. No, I'll give it the same as the cage match, 4.25.
Man, I gave this thing 5 stars. I thought it was wildly fun. I thought it was, man, I'm not going to, hold on a second. You're saying Kevin Owens is going to go from the vomitorium and he's going to land on his poor hips and you're not going to give him 5 stars? Hell
well,
yeah,
if I'm giving star ratings for individual performances, sure.
Listen, I bought a Judgment Day shirt like a couple weeks ago. It finally came in the mail. This was going to be a lame duck shirt, and now it's not. I might have to draw a little JD McDonough on there. I don't know, because he's probably going to join. But like Judgment Day got the win. That was exciting. Rhea Ripley put Kevin Owens through a barricade.
I know there's a lot of great spots.
Mysterio came in clutch. Kevin Owens put JD McDonough. He broke him in half over a table.
You're talking to me like I gave this 2.5 stars.
What's your problem for now? There is all sorts of great false finishes. This was the biggest compliment I can think of. This is Dave Meltzer said it was a House of Torture match. Yeah, and they're amazing. 5 stars. Yeah, absolutely. I thought this was on par with the FTR Young Buck stuff, man. I thought it was really good.
It was really good. 4.25. Next up for the
4.25. My goodness.
Women's World Championship.
Harsh.
Raquel Rodriguez challenging Rhea Ripley. Steve, what'd you give this one?
I gave this 3.5 stars.
All right.
I thought it was fine. I thought that it did what it was supposed to do. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I thought it was fine. Let me just say this. It was a bit of a foregone conclusion. They never really made me think that Raquel was going to win this thing.
Yeah.
And then in the end, also, Dom came in here and whacked Raquel. Like, I thought the ending was kind of a limp dick ending.
Yeah. Well, it felt like this is hopefully a prelude to a series of matches. The first installment of potentially 2 or 3 bouts. Which, given the finish, left the door open for that for sure. It was hard hitting. It was physical, like we would expect from Raquel and Rhea. They got great chemistry in the ring. If they get another bout and they're given an opportunity to really tell a story like they did in the last woman standing match at NXT, sky's the limit potentially for that one, because that match is awesome. If you haven't watched their last woman standing match at NXT, go check it out. It's fantastic. I gave it 3.25. And I look forward to if and when they have their next bout.
Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura for your main event. Larson, what'd you give this match?
I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was quite up to the same caliber as the cage match or the tag title match, but I thought it was really, really, really good. We got a little bit of NXT Nakamura here in terms of how he was approaching the match and the physicality of the match. I thought Seth references to Nakamura's previous opponents in New Japan. There was the Rainmaker he did, and also he did a Sling Blade Frog Splash combo, so Sling Blade High Fly Flow combo, like Tanahashi. That was good stuff. I kind of wish, this is a small quibble, because it's not like Seth didn't sell back a lot, but I didn't remember any point in the match where I felt like, oh shit, in terms of the story they're telling, Seth's back is completely jacked up.
Yeah, right.
Like I just I understood going into it the back was an issue and Nakamura worked it, but I didn't really feel like, oh, Seth is one solid blow to the back away from losing this match.
Yeah.
Some people had some complaints about the abruptness of the finish. I didn't really. I'm kind of waffling here between 2 scores. I'll go with my initial, even though because you'll probably go higher. I gave this 3.75. I thought it was really good, but again, if they have another rematch, I feel like they could top this.
So you didn't feel that they appropriately sold the fact that Shinsuke blew Seth's back out. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I gave this 4.
Okay, cool. Can you be more dismissive about that?
Blow somebody's back out is euphemism, dude.
Oh.
Seth Nakamura. That's funny. I gotta get my shit in.
I guess so.
I gave it 4 1/4, man. This match is 26 minutes long. It's
really good.
Rad.
It was really good.
And length equals quality. No. I thought it was good, man. I thought it was really good. I thought that these guys, like you said, everything that you just described to me is like a 4 1/4 match. And in fact, even I think one reason why it sort of got bumped up for me a little bit was for a brief moment in this match, I was like, wait a second. Are they actually going to do this for Shinsuke? Because the crowd was super into it. We had that crazy good video package, and Muta was there. I was like, okay, I know that this is just like production to make me think that this could happen, but they kind of had me thinking that it could happen for a moment. And then that stomp out of nowhere I thought was an awesome story beat. I do kind of agree. I think that sort of prevents it from getting even higher for me. I do kind of feel like Seth needed to be like barely even walking towards the end. But all the little bits like Nakamura massaging his back and getting it ready, all that stuff I thought was really good. So yeah, I gave it 4 1/4, man. I thought it was a good match.
All right, well there you have it. Those are our Payback star ratings. Hey, if you got star ratings for these matches, put them in the comments below. We'd love to see them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let us know all these matches here. Put them in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, we'll see you around.
Goodbye.